What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Remember, before we get to those pitches, hit that subscribe button, join Ninja Nation, and keep supporting the biggest and best daily baseball show on YouTube. And now, without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Logan Allen, who had 5 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 4 earned runs. Allen had these nasty sweepers, and he faced Ryan Yarbrough, who only had 1 K in 6 innings, giving up 1 run, and had this pretty slow curveball. Quinn Priester had 4 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs, and had this curveball and changeup. Patrick Corbin had 5 Ks in 6 1/3 innings, gave up 5 earned runs, but had this dirty slider and this painted two-seamer. Adam Wainwright had 3 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this front door and back door two-seamer, as well as this elevated curveball. John Gray had 6 Ks in 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, and struggled early in the game, giving up 4 runs in the first, but settled down. He had these nasty sliders, and he battled Brendan Bielak, nice alliteration, Ninja, who gave up 6 runs in 4 2/3 innings, and had 5 Ks, including 1 on this changeup. Graham Ashcraft looked really good yesterday, with 8 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. He relied on these high velo cutters, including this 97-mile-an-hour cutter that just dove to the dirt. Look at that movement at 97 miles an hour. And I thought his cutter was really good all game. He also had these nasty sliders. He faced Colin Ray, who had these two-seamers, as well as this backdoor cutter, and it kind of looks like they intentionally moved the broadcast strike zone to make this pitch look like a ball. Now I know how Angel Hernandez has seen the strike zone his entire career. Michael Grove had 6 Ks in 4 2/3 innings. He gave up 2 runs and relied mostly on these wicked sliders, including this one that got the sword, as well as this nasty cutter. He faced Jose Barrios, who had 3 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, and got Ks on his two-seamers and changeups, which were filthy. And I freaking love this overlay of Jose Barrios' slurve, which was called a strike despite being a little bit off the plate, and this filthy two-seamer. Check out how these pitches cross on the way to the plate and end up on different sides of the strike zone. When Barrios is on, his stuff is disgusting. Cristopher Sanchez had 8 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 2 runs. The big story of this game was Sanchez's dirty changeups. Kind of the obligatory Dirty Sanchez reference, but they were dirty. He had 10 whiffs on his changeup this game, and those things were filthy. He also worked in this slider. He battled Dean Kramer, who had 3 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 1 run, and had this backdoor cutter, as well as this cutter that was kind of knocking at the back door, but never let in, and also this elevated fastball. In the marquee matchup of the day, Luis Castillo faced off against Kenta Maeda. Castillo was outstanding, with 9 Ks in 7 innings, giving up only 2 runs. He had his overpowering fastballs, these absolutely wicked sliders, including this back foot slider, as well as his filthy changeups. And here's an overlay of Castillo's changeup and slider, and you can see how much distance those pitches cover. Just a nightmare for hitters. Kenta Maeda was also really good, with 8 strikeouts in 6 1/3 innings, giving up only 1 run. He had these vicious sliders, as well as these filthy splitters. To show you why Maeda's splitter is so good, check out this overlay of Maeda's 91-mile-an-hour fastball and this 84-mile-an-hour splitter. And you can see how long those pitches tunnel, and then that splitter disappears just as you're thinking you're swinging at a fastball. Ross Stripling had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this slider and changeup. And he faced yesterday's filthiest starting pitcher of the day, Tarik Skubal. Skubal had 9 Ks in 5 scoreless innings, giving up only 2 hits. And he got those Ks in a variety of different ways. He had his upper 90s fastballs, as well as changeups, filthy sliders, and knuckle curves. Skubal has now given up no runs in 3 of his 4 starts since coming back. And you can see why. He is absolutely dominant when he's on. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Colin Holderman had this fantastic sweeper that was somehow not called a strike, and then followed it up with this nasty sweeper. Brian Abreu had these wicked sliders. Jose Leclerc got this slider for a sword. Devin Williams had this alien airbender. Jeff Hoffman had this vicious back foot slider. Parker Mashinsky had a good appearance with this cutter, two-seamer, and curveball. Nick Martinez got 3 Ks on these filthy changeups. Jordan Hicks had this sick 102.5-mile-an-hour sinker. Look at that. Jimmy Garcia had these curveballs. Jason Foley had this 99-mile-an-hour paint and this 100-mile-an-hour two-seamer. He's been really good this year. And honestly, I almost gave him my filthiest reliever of the day, but that would make a Tiger win both the filthiest starter and filthiest reliever. And I had to give my filthiest pitch of the day from a reliever to this absolutely perfect 100.2 mile an hour backdoor two-seamer by Brusdar Graterol. This thing ran 16 inches and was perfectly painted. Look at that. Graterol's playing high velo darts. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. More like a moment of karma. The Brewers scoreboard operator taunts Ellie De La Cruz by saying he almost hit a home run in the first inning, but didn't. So what happens? De La Cruz hits a nuke while that's still up on the scoreboard. Absolutely legendary. And I'll ask the karma police to get their man.
You get when you mess with
That's right, welcome back to Dong of the Week, where steroids of all forms are completely encouraged. We're actually just going right back to De La Cruz because this was a majestic dong and I need to show you some more angles. It's actually the second longest of the week at 456 feet, and frankly, him banging this out of the stadium, I think it actually might be more than 456, but this ball was absolutely striped. Next, as a surprise to no one, we're going back to Atlanta for a Braves game, aka the 2001 Barry Bonds clones. We got Austin Riley pounding another one, 451. About 200 mph off the bat. Hope you brought your mitts. But the dong of the week goes to Juan Soto for this 463-foot bush job. It's his second of the game. His first was 447 feet. You can do the math. That's over 900 feet of dong. That's getting you on this list every time. Soto's back. He's cracking jacks. He's rocking stunners. He doesn't give a shit. He's having a good time. That's your dong.
What is up, everybody? My picks of the day today are a 3-leg parlay. I'm going to start with Ty Walker for 5 Ks or more, then take Eduardo Rodriguez for 6 Ks or more, and top it off with George Kirby for 7 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?